Hello, Trey. How you doing today? See, you're here. You're always first. You're always first. If there's a problem with my broadcast, let me know. Considering that you're first, you're pretty much the moderator. I should make you a moderator. Pristine Green, Mike L, Big Rouge, YP, Adrian, John Wright, North Country, David Farmer. Thank you all for being here. I wanted to talk a little bit about communism and socialism. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes, a minute or two before the room gets filled up. I'd appreciate it if everybody would just hit that like button. We're going to talk about some politics. We're going to talk about the openness now. People are not afraid to admit they're communists, they're socialists now. Can everybody read that? It's a little backwards, but good evening, Robert Beaver. Like I said, I'm going to wait a minute or two till everybody gets back into the room. I don't suspect there's going to be a large turnout this evening. It's 6:20 Arizona time. I would imagine a lot of people are. I'm showing off my mug. I'd imagine a lot of people are like having dinner, getting ready for bed, and whatnot. From point A to point Z is in the house. Let me get some reading glasses on. Are you a comic guy? No, but I kind of like the Marvel series mugs. I kind of like the Marvel movies. As a kid, I used to read a lot of comic books as a child. I'm also into building models. You know, the kind that you got to paint, you got to glue together and then paint. So I do that from time to time. And if you folks have not heard of them, look up Aurora Models. I do the Aurora Models as well as the Aurora replacements. There's other companies that put out fake Auroras. They're actually identical. They're identical other than the fact that Aurora went out of business, and you had a couple of companies that purchased the Aurora kits, and now they use their own names. So Robert Beaver is in the house. So J. Phillip, thank you for being here. Like I said, thank you, Dano 454. I'm glad you liked the live streaming. I think today and tomorrow is going to be the last day of the live streaming for a while, and then maybe just go for once a week. I know I've been saying that lately, but there's a lot of news that I just gotta talk about. I just have to talk about, and then I'm going to get back into the normal schedule of just posting videos and not the live streams so much. Oh, I got to take my meds. I forgot all about it. It's Wednesday. Take the drugs. They're just for the heart condition. I got to be on them for a little while. Exactly. That's just what I want to talk about. Like I said, I'm just waiting a couple of minutes till everybody's in the room, and I want to talk about socialism and communism. It's like there used to be a time where people would try to hide it because they had to. The average everyday person was against it. And what they've done over time is take over our schools. Now, our kids are being indoctrinated into socialism, into communism. Therefore, they feel they can come out in the open now because those kids are now becoming of voting age. And us adults, we're getting older, right? Some of us are dying off, right? That's just leaving the indoctrinated camp behind. And I'm not saying every kid is indoctrinated. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is they're feeling very emboldened. They've taken over all the news media outlets. We're talking are the periodicals meaning Time magazine, People magazine, all the magazines, all the um, they've taken over Hollywood. They've taken over the newspapers all around the country. They've taken over the cable news outlets as well as local broadcasting outlets. They are emboldened, and nobody is speaking out against socialism and communism. Not even the teachers are teaching it in school any longer. They're glazing over it. If anything, they're glorifying it. I'm going to get back to socialism and communism. I just want to take a look at and welcome some of the people here. No, Carmen, I do not believe it's wise to take out any 401k at this time to buy precious metals. I will say, in my opinion, and everybody can disagree with me, it's okay to take some 401k out to pay off debt. Remember, when you take out a 401k loan, you're actually only paying what, 3% interest? So imagine taking out a 401k loan at 3% interest, but paying off a 19.9 credit card. So I have no issue, and I've done it before. I've taken out a 401k loan to pay off debt. I think it's smart. It's been about 4 years since I've done it, and it's worked out beautifully for me. Adrian Branham, thank you. When the camera's bait, it looks like the words are Russian. Okay, live streams allow you to do super chats. I do. Dano 454, I do appreciate the super chats, but that's not really why I do it. I don't want to make it really about money. I have the opportunity to talk directly with you, and that's why I do this. I answer questions just like that 401k loan question. He's able to post a question, get an answer like that. That's what I appreciate about these chats and these live streams. Whereas if you're in a forum, they type a message, hit send, it posted in a forum, and then hopefully a person gets an answer in 24 hours. This enables me to, interact directly with you. I still want to talk about socialism and whatnot. Like I said, I'm waiting just a little bit longer till the room fills up. These elections have got me really upset. I think we're doing good as conservatives. We're doing good. I'm neither Democrat nor Republican, and but I'm looking. For me, I look inside from the outside without tainted glasses, so to speak. Chris, 401k is taxed if you take it out, but you are allowed to take out a 401k loan, Chris Gamer. You're allowed to take out a 401k loan, which is not taxed. A 401k loan is then paid back to you, not the bank. So when you pay that loan back, you're paying yourself back plus yourself the 3% interest back. That's the beauty of taking out a 401k loan. I never said take out a withdraw. Elmo, when I bought silver at $13 and slid at 40, yeah, it's kind of, it's kind of all over the place. Bitcoin Bo, thank you so much. Bitcoin Bo grabbed 10 ounces today and a cool silver certificate. I have a silver certificate now. So let's, I'm getting 70 people in this chat room. I'd appreciate it if everybody just hits the thumbs up button. It'd be nice. There's 70 people. It'd be nice to see 70 thumbs up. It really would be. And if you don't like me, at least give me a thumbs down. I would appreciate it. Whatever you feel like doing. Naomi May is back in the house. I appreciate you, bro. Chase Joseph. I hear about YouTube financing, introducing the ability to buy, sell LITECOIN. Thoughts? I think the more I think as time goes by, more companies, regardless of what type of company that is going to be starting to accept Litecoin and Bitcoin. Now, a lot of people get angry with me when I talk about Litecoin and Bitcoin, but so I'll keep it brief. I'll keep it brief. More and more companies every day are starting to accept Litecoin every single day. There's airlines, Travelocity, many online reservation places take cryptos. JSnip4 from Realist News Channel just was bragging about 2-3 weeks ago that he bought airline tickets. Didn't have to use any cash. He just used his Litecoin. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, it's just paying yourself back to 401k. Psalm 46. He's agreeing with me. Yeah, when you take a 401k loan out, you pay yourself back plus the interest back. That interest does not go to a bank or anything. It goes to you. You are the bank when you take out a 401k loan. The thing I like about taking out a 401k loan to pay debt off is you're normally paying off debt that has a higher interest rate. So my advice is to, for me, is to do it. I pardon myself. I apologize to you. I don't want to give any advice out, but I did it and it worked out for me. That is the extent of my advice. You got to double check. I'm just some dude on the internet. Okay, don't take my word for it. Okay, be an adult. Do your own research. But I guarantee you, every financial advisor is going to advise you against it. So let's get back. Mikey, thank you so much. I realize you can't stay. I appreciate that you stopped by. Found your videos, Camden, yesterday. New to Stacking Myself. You are informative and easy to listen to. Thank you so much. Again, folks, this is probably 1 or 2 more live streams, and that's it. I'm going to maybe just do 1 live stream a week, and that is it. So it's today and maybe tomorrow. I just prefer to go back into the video mode, talking about silver, posting just videos every day. And that way I can, I can focus on topics I want to speak about. Again, socialism, communism, more and more people. I'm gonna hit this all night tonight because these elections have got me really freaking tied, pissed off. The people who know about socialism, the people who know about communism, our elders who went through the wars, they're dying off. They're leaving behind a society of youngsters. Not every youngster is brainwashed, but they're leaving behind. We are leaving behind as we slowly die off a society of just dumbed down people who just been indoctrinated in schools. I'm not saying every kid has been indoctrinated, but that's pretty much the bulk of the voting party that is slowly being left behind. These socialists, these Democrat socialists who used to swear, oh, the Democratic socialists, Democrats don't stand for socialism or communism. Slowly over time, you're finding out they were lying, because every time you hear the word socialist, it's tied to Democrats. And more, these people are slowly attempting to get voted into office. They are becoming successful. What happens when 51%, 61% of Congress or the Senate is an outright socialist or communist? What happens? What happens to the Constitution? What happens to your retirement? They'll come by, well, you didn't really earn this the right way. It was you had white privilege. We're going to have to take 2/3 of it and give it away. That's what we're going to have to do. And a lot of people don't realize when in communist, who were the first people that got rounded up and shot? It was the people that voted for them. The people who, in their eyes, were pretty much sponges, leeches off society. They were rounded up and shot or sent to slave camps. The second group of people that were rounded up were the propaganda machines of the time. It would be our equivalent of news media outlets, TV personalities. They were the next to go because they knew if these people turned on this average citizens as easy as they did, they will surely eventually turn against the Communist Party. So they were second to go. After that, people pretty much fell in line, except for the rebels. Now, I'm oversimplifying our history. I know it's a little bit more complex than that. But the first people to go were the moochers of society, the freeloaders, the welfare, basically. They serve no purpose anymore to the Communist Party. It's coming, folks. I smell it. It is coming. And I really fear for our rights. I fear for what we've worked for, our personal property, such as our homes. Everything that we work for can be taken away like that and given to the motherland, so to speak. This is for the motherland. I'm going to take a break from talking about socialism and communism and look at a couple of comments. I know this is going to piss people off, but if you haven't looked at the elections yesterday, it's coming. More and more people are openly admitting they're socialism. They're socialist. There's just a fine line between socialist and communism. I am worried. I am really worried because I don't want to incite violence, but I think there'll be a time when people will have to secretly defend what is theirs. When I say secretly, covertly is the better word for it. And I pray there's enough men who don't shave their eyebrows left when that time comes. What do I mean by that? Because I think a lot of men are pussified. They're no longer men. I don't know what the hell to call them. I walk into the mall and you got men wearing skinny jeans like some kind of lady. You know, I'm not trying to beat anybody up. I just pray. I pray there's somebody left to defend this damn country when the time comes. So let's take a look at some of the, thank you, Seaway44, thumbs up from the point A to Z. I know I'm going to piss people off. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care that you just want me to talk about silver. I can only talk about silver so much. The reason why I talk about politics and prepping, foremost politics, is why are we prepping? Why are we stacking silver? By the way, I got an open box. I just want to see if that person who sent me this comes in the room. If he doesn't come into the room, I'll have to wait until he does. That would be Bugsy. Gave me something here. You know, people literally will email me that they're unsubbing me because I talked about something other than silver. Well, hell, you narrow-minded fool who just walks around life with blinders on. Why are you stacking silver, folks? Why are you prepping and have food on the shelves? We can brag about all the silver we have and we can brag about all the food we have, but you got to know why we're prepping. Why do we have that? Boy, the scroll bar is just going, wow, boy, I can't even barely keep up. Skinny jeans are perfectly fine. It is a metaphor, by the way, the skinny jean. That skinny jean basically to me is a personality trait. It's not the skinny jeans that's the problem, folks. It's that type of personality that wears them. It's that, you know, metrosexual person, that whole. It's not the genes. I speak in metaphors a lot of times. So Idaho's still raising good men. Actually, that is a true statement. Jekyll, the creature from Jekyll Island explains our enslavement. Absolutely. Chris Garner loves CNN. Not. I love that. You even got me, Chris. For a second, I was like, then I saw the word not. You got me, Chris. Bogus fiat testicle fortitude is a dying breed. Man, you just nailed it. Sorry, like long hair is a fad like transgender. Samuel Jones, overtax your channel. Do you? Samuel Jones, overtax your channel. Oh, you, okay. Silver, Sergeant Silver, I will be defending this country till the day I die. I am too. I'm just hoping I'm not by myself. And I can see from some of the comments, I won't. And this is my preemptive strike. These freaking videos that I do, and I'm not talking about just this live stream. All my videos are my preemptive strike. I'm trying to wake people up. I'm trying to let them know that it ain't going to be this easy in the future. Putting food in your mouth, putting food, no better yet, in your wife's mouth and your children's mouth will not be as easy as it is now in the future. You mark my words. Naomi May, I agree with you, overtaxed taxpayer. I work with guys who literally allow me to work circles around them. They are pansies. I am female and 5'2". Any man should be able to outwork me. The key of tech, skinny jeans lowers testosterone. And point A to point Z just did an unboxing. It doesn't look like that gentleman's here, so it doesn't look like I'm going to do an unboxing today. You know, when somebody sends me something, the least I can do is open it in front of them. And if they're not here, you know, it's a disrespect in my opinion. My silver is my God. It's sad. I'm sorry, limited knowledge. Really, you know, yeah, I work with a bunch of, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with society. I don't want to go on and insult anybody. I'd rather stack up on beef jerky than silver. I love beef jerky. I really do love beef jerky. Mike L., thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate it. Yeah, people get butt hurt way too easy. Better term for it, people get diaper rashed too easy. I'm telling you, they get diaper rashed. But thank you again for the $2 super chat. Laugh out loud. Go ask your balls if they're fine in skinny jeans. Exactly what metrosexual bullshit. See, Silver Stackler, you got to wonder, if communism is implemented, will you really be able to sit on a throne of your silver bars? Or will they come knocking on your door saying that you obtained this with privilege? You had white privilege, or you had you had a you had better opportunity than everybody. So we're going to have to confiscate 2/3 of your personal possessions, because that's coming. You just get 51% of Congress to be socialists. What do you think is going to happen to our Constitution? Senators, 51%. What do you think is going to happen to our Constitution? They'll shred it. They will shred it like it was nothing. And this country will become a police state, as if it isn't already. I think it's time that we all start looking at what used to be Germany, Stalin, Mao. I would love to make the senators one term. But who votes on it? The senators. Isn't that just a joy? They'll never vote their power away, folks. You can't, once you can't take it back from them. It's kind of like welfare. You can't take it back. It's once you give an entitlement, you can't take it back. I'm sorry. King of Tech. Thank you so much for your for buying silver. I mean, socialists might have a majority someday, but their own agenda is self-defeating. But they're going to take down our own country with them. That's the problem. And it will be years and years of torment. Carl Patori, thank you so much for being in the house again. Stiff Stackler, I appreciate it. Super Bob, thank you so much. Want to see a great example of a police state? Look no further than the UK. Absolutely. And they're putting the infrastructure. The infrastructure is pretty much already in place. And that infrastructure was put in place on the disguise that it was for your safety. You know, all those cameras. Everywhere you go, cameras, facial recognition now. You know, you go to Disneyland, they actually take your fingerprints and a facial picture. Why does Disneyland need a facial picture, a picture of your face? Show your damn driver's license, give them their $140 and go in. I'll tell you what they're doing. They're data mining. They're data mining that information. Enough people are taking pictures of you and fingerprints of you. Pretty soon society will be all categorized. We'll all be all categorized. We so much as walk in a store. The security cameras in the stores will also be a live feed for our government. The infrastructure is already in place. They're just waiting now to take over the government. One person at a time. One socialist, one communist at a time. And they're using our own kids against us, is what's going on. Get a Beretta Tomcat. Okay. Disneyland always gives you a facial. I don't even want to talk about it. EK, you're sick. I'm just trying to read some of these comments, man. They're just going. I guess I've got a lot of people worked up with me. Where I live, the liberals are in power, just like the Democrats in your country. Argentina's economy is collapsing, sad. And what they do is they collapse the economy, and then they keep blaming it on the other party. Just vote us in, we can fix the problem. They keep spending, they blame it on the other political party. Vote us in, we'll take care of it, everything. Pretty soon you voted them in, boom. I agree, American expat. The security cameras all over, the infrastructure. It's not just the cameras, it's the infrastructure. You know, the chip on our cards. You know, that little metal chip, now you don't no longer slide the card, you have to insert it to that chip. Coin Kid 04, thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of David Rodriguez just woke one family member up. Now he's stacking. He took the bread pill. Absolutely. You ever see the icon, the logo on my website as two pills, the blue and the red? And it's sad. People do not want to wake up from the matrix. And when you attempt to wake them up, they get angry. They get violent. They argue with you. They don't want to be woken up. They don't want to know what's going on. Helgian dialect, absolutely. Get big or die. Countrymen, I got your email. However, I would prefer that maybe you can post your question to me in email format. The thing is, if I call you, then you have my phone number. No disrespect intended. It's just a security thing. We don't know each other right now. For all you know, I might be the psychopath. You don't want me to have your phone number right now, do you? So email me your question, and maybe I can help you out. Okay? And maybe over time, maybe there'll be a rapport built, and then maybe we can talk to each other over the phone. Steve Sadlocha, what should I start stacking with? Well, I would always recommend what is most recognizable in your country. Here in the United States, I recommend Silver Eagles and Maple Leaves. King of Tech, start with food preps. Well, that's also a good thing. My friends get all weird when I talk about prepping. They really don't want to get woke up. No, they won't. But they'll be the first people knocking on your door. Hey, you got a cup of rice? You know, they'll be the first people to come knocking on your door. Trust me. And the fact is, we should help, but we can't help everybody. Otherwise, the more people we help, the more food we take out of our children's mouth, right? Somebody knocks on the door right now and needs help during a shit hit the fan. Well, I got a limited food supply for my family. I give them food. I just took food out of my family's mouth. Now they know I've got food, so they know where to come back again. Hey, yeah, I ran out. You wouldn't happen to have a little more, would you? Then you tell them no. What do? They go out. They find some other people. They freaking gang crash your house. So, you know, my opinion on helping people, no, I don't think it'll end good. John Smith, thank you for stopping by. Silver collector, need lots of salt for meat. The government's formed Bitcoin. Okay, bogus fiat. Philosopher Bees, salt is the best prep. I wouldn't say that. It's definitely an important prep. Man, I was hoping that Bugsy would be in the house so I can open this box in front of him. Nick, anyone else buffering? I don't think so, Nick. Sunny side up, best way to eat eggs. James Ashford, thank you so much for stopping by. At work watching the live feed, just got into silver. You rock. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm getting reports that there is no buffering out there. So Chris Dennison, again, I want to thank you. It's sad. John Simimi, thank you. Checking out a solar oven. Awesome. Nick K. So yeah, the elections yesterday, and I realize that they're just pre-elections, really. I realize that these socialists have got to go up against conservatives, but one or two of them are going to sneak by every election year. And the stupider our society gets, the more that are going to squeak on by. And pretty soon, when we're old and we're retired, might be surprised what happens to our life expectancy. Mark the Narc, again, he's in the house. Gardner, Truth Never Told, I've watched his channel. However, I have not watched anything about cryptocurrencies. Thank you, Sunnyside. I appreciate it. So what cryptos would I? And I keep getting the same questions every live feed, but I want to address this. First and foremost, Bitcoin. I would definitely get some Bitcoin. I'm telling you, because you asked. Litecoin, Ethereum. Third and final is DigiByte. And there's all kinds of altcoins there afterwards. I don't know anything about them. Yeah, we're going to a cashless society, Debbie. Definitely. There's no doubt about it. We're pretty much already there. If you think about it, what is a debit card? How many, I know people do carry cash, but how many people carry cash anymore? Really? The debit card is a cashless society. Chris Duane is 100% against cryptos. Okay. Yeah. Daring Daver, they're openly admitting, basically, I'm going to freaking tax everybody else to give you what you want. Just vote me in. Just vote me in. I'm going to stick it to the big man. I'm going to stick it to all the rich people. I'm going to raise their taxes. But the fact of the matter is, rich people do not pay taxes technically. Rich people, there's two kinds of rich people, first of all. There's the retired kind who've done paid their taxes. They're just collecting retirement or living off savings. So they're not even part of the equation. The second type of rich people are the people who own businesses, who sell products and services. What happens when you raise their taxes? Do you think they're just going to go and pay the taxes? No. What happens is they raise the cost of their goods and services to compensate for those raised taxes. We learned this in macroeconomics in college. Rich people, unfortunately, do not really pay taxes. The consumer, the customer pays those taxes. Everything is wrapped up in the product that you sell. Everything from their lights to the AC that is going in their store. You pay for it. And unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword that can never be changed. Because the double-edged sword is they really don't pay taxes, but the other side of the blade is they're in the position to hire people so they can make money. What happens if you keep raising their taxes? Well, the products are just going to go astronomically high. People are going to stop buying them. That business now is forced to either move out of the country or lay off workers or a combination of effects. And that's another thing about regulations. Forget taxes. Regulations cost money. When you give a business more regulations that they have to comply with, it costs them money. What happens? Any cost of business, whether it be taxes, whether it be regulations, gets passed down to the customer. I don't care what you guys think, if that's the truth or not, because it is the truth, and truth hurts. We do need businesses. We need them so we could work. We can work. I always say this: try to get a job. Try to get a job from a poor person. See how that works out for you. These communists, these socialists, they're lying to their constituents. You vote me in, I'll raise the taxes of the rich people. Those people, those evil rich people. And these communist socialists, no. They know the mechanics of doing business. They know these businesses are really going to pass the cost down to the people who voted for them. But the people are so dumbed down. These socialists are talking their voters into voting for their own tax hike, basically. Because when they go to the store, they're paying a higher price. But these stupid voters don't realize they're voting for they're digging their own graves. And these damn politicians know that when they raise the prices, that when they raise the taxes of a rich person's business, those prices get passed down to the people they're suckered. You see how that works, folks? I'm worked up today. I'm just worked up today. Time to take a sip of my Berkey water. They have sales. They can get a pretty good deal. Okay, I'm just need to put on these glasses. Yeah, Daring Daver, you're absolutely right. These socialists are modern day Pied Pipers. You know, where they played the flute and the freaking rats followed them. Limited knowledge, zero taxes for big companies? No. Why should companies pay taxes? Think about it. Why should companies pay taxes? They're employing the population. They're serving a service. You pay the taxes. You go and buy a gallon of milk. You pay taxes on that. Well, maybe not groceries. Yeah, groceries is a bad example. You go to Home Depot. You buy some lumber. You're paying taxes on it. You're paying the taxes. Why does Home Depot have to pay the taxes on that? What has Home Depot done that they have to pay taxes? Yes, there's taxes on their profits, and they do pay those, but it's secretly wrapped up. It's all wrapped up in the products that you buy. Trust me, there's no way around it. That's how businesses have been since day one. Don't you remember going to high school or grade school and there'd be a kid selling bubble gum? Do you think when the price of that bubble gum went up, you think he didn't raise his price by a couple of pennies a piece? Or whatever it was, candy? There was always those kids that sold candy. They would go out and buy bulk candy. They'd stuff their pockets, and all through the halls, they would be selling candy and shit like that. Excuse my language. But even they were wise enough to know any increase in cost of doing business was passed down to the consumer. Even they were smart enough. But the voters nowadays, they don't know it. Unfortunately, folks, businesses, it's a double-edged sword, and it will always be like that, and it's probably best to be left alone. People just need to wisen up and stop voting for their own tax hikes. Yeah, limited knowledge. Government does not want you to be using solar power. As a matter of fact, they don't. Thank you, Z888. It's a true fact. All cost of doing business is passed to a consumer. All cost. That includes an air conditioner that might be running in their store. They don't pay for that. They don't pay for their electricity. The cost of doing business, regardless what it is, it can be the stripes, the parking lot stripes on the asphalt. It's all wrapped up in the price of the product that they are selling, in the price of the service they are giving. A lot of people, they want to stick it to the rich man. It don't work. You never stick it to the rich man, because the rich man just passes it down to you, the consumer. I can't say it enough. The rich man will always raise the prices of his services, whether he's building a house or whether he's contracting for the state government, laying roads. They will always pass down the cost of doing business to the customer. And the customer doesn't realize they're the ones, although they voted for the tax increase, they're the ones that actually eventually are paying for that. Where is the silver today? Under the bread? No. Happy Angel, I have an open box, but I can't open it because that man who sent this to me is not in the house. Okay, so there is some silver here. You just got to trust me in that. He's got a box. But the guy who sent me this, he's not here, so I can't open it. So, like I said, folks, we need rich people because you can't get a job from a poor person. You do understand that, right? Get a job from a poor person. See how that works out. And yet you got half a society brainwashed to hate rich people. Don't you just love the stupidity? You got these people who are trained, who are brainwashed to be envious of another group of people. These people, these imbeciles, vote for higher taxes on these rich people, these businesses, then raise the prices. I know I'm repeating myself. And these imbeciles are the ones that pay the tax in the very end. See how the politicians use the stupidity of the people? Tripped Breaker, thank you so much for your $4.99 super chat. He wants me to put that towards a 4th ounce gold eagle. I will do so, sir. Or ma'am, I don't know who you are. But Trip Breaker, I'm going to just theorize you're a guy. Electrical, maybe electrician, if I had to use some deductive skills right here. Wife and I would love to get a gold eagle one of these days. I2Mask, call him out. I don't know what you mean by that, sir or ma'am. Musket Man, thanks. Chris Gamer, YouTube takes 30% of super chats. Yeah, Chris Gamer, I learned that the hard way. That's why I prefer, people just, I'm not gonna bash anybody. I just talked myself into a corner. I almost prefer people just to use my PayPal in a way, a donation link. There's also a couple of cryptocurrency wallet that you can donate to cryptocurrency for me. But yeah, they actually do take a third of it, unfortunately. But that's part of doing business, right? I got to thank YouTube for allowing me to be here and at least share these words. I mean, that's all I want to do, really, is share these words. I don't think people really understand how businesses really work, the mechanics of business. %, seriously, yeah. They take about 30%. They're cut. And then they censor you if you're talking about what I talk about. No, Summer Breeze, I wouldn't say it's like armed robbery. I mean, it's high, but again, you got to give them their cut so you can spread the word. You know what I mean? It's the cost of doing business, right? Taxation is theft. Come on, Mega Mance. You party. I don't believe in genetic purification. When you mean genetic purification, are you talking about killing people that are not genetically perfect? Is that what you mean? Or you mean editing, changing the chromosomes, the genes? Either way, I don't recommend it. We're not meant to be perfect. There's only one perfect person, and that's Jesus. And I don't believe we should compete with him or even attempt to compete with him. Exactly, Sam. So a rich man can just say, I'm taking my business overseas. Either way, you're not going to hurt the rich man, okay? And we need the rich people. We definitely need the rich people. And that's also, I'm not going to talk about minimum wage, but I think mandated is the key word. Minimum wage is actually extremely bad for the economy. And it all comes down to purchasing power. But that's another day. We'll talk about the mechanics of mandated minimum wage. Yes, I do complain about taxes. But I also am aware, although I hate taxation, I am also aware that we need to pay taxes in order for the machine, roads and everything to be repaved, and I can go on and on and on. It's a double-edged sword. I will admit it. Definitely, Chris Johnson, minimum wage is dumb. Price controls don't work anywhere, including for labor. Taxation without representation, yeah, of course, Sergeant Silver. I agree with you. I'm going to let this go on for another 5-10 minutes. I'm 15 and started stacking at 13. I got a job just to pay for all the silver, and and rare coins I get. That's awesome. 15 years old. California has a tax on silver and net. Just no income taxes. That's theft. Old school, our real tax rate is probably close to 50%. I have to agree with you, old school. And remember, every license that we get, every permit that we get is also a tax. What does the word license mean? What does the word license mean? It means permission. Just think about that for a moment. Brent Pod in the house. Pristine Green, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I'm a little concerned right now about the socialists that are just really out in the air, out in the open, bragging, and not even ashamed of it anymore. Not even ashamed of it, because there's no need to be ashamed of being a communist no more. The people are already dumbed down. It's glorified in their eyes. Stop the cat calling. I don't know what you mean by that, Adam. I'm 16. I've been a stacker my whole life. Love your channel and conservative opinions. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Old school. That's a huge mug. You're not kidding. It is a big mug. I got this in Universal, Florida. I've been to Universal, California. They don't have mugs this nice. Hello from Houston, Emerald May. I love Texas. I was stationed there, actually. Part of my military stay was in Texas. Fort Sam Houston, to be exact. From birth to death, we are in debt. Anyway, folks, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to get something to eat. I might even make a video. I'm going to do one shameless plug, if you would allow me to just do a shameless plug. In all my videos, there's approximately 4 or 5 options to support this channel. If you think I'm doing a good job, I appreciate if you take a look at those 4 or 5 options. And that's about it. I really thank you for listening to my rant. And I'm going to see you another day. You guys have a good night. And by the way, for many of you folks, it's a 3-day weekend coming up. A 3-day weekend. Let me read the last couple of text and or messages, and I'll just end the video. Can China president do same what President Nixon did? Then gold, silver will stay low. Good night, Emerald May. Oh, by the way, did you folks hear that Clinton server, although we already knew it, had basically a live feed right into China? Did you hear that, man? If Trump could pull this off, make a deal with China, get those damn lost emails back over here. Tell China, listen, we won't hold anything against you. No ramifications. Whatever it takes, we won't hold anything against you. Get those videos over here. Get those emails over here, please, and we'll give you amnesty, basically. Okay, that would be so flippin' cool. So cool. Anyway, folks, you have a great night, and I'm gonna make a video probably. Take care.